Is this a daily occurrence in your household? Because it used to be a daily occurrence in mine. My parents would always call me down to say konda and I would never want to say it with them. It used to be boring and repetitive, but after I understood the history and significance of saying the Rosary, I now love saying it with them. Hi everyone, my name is Diane and we're bringing you this video today on behalf of the Department of Catechists, Syro-Malabar Eparchy of Melbourne. As you may know, every year the month of October is dedicated to the Most Holy Rosary. This is because the liturgical feast of Our Lady of the Rosary is on October the 7th. This was instituted in honor of the Blessed Virgin Mary for gratitude for the protection that she gives to the Church to all the faithful that pray the Rosary. In order to better understand this feast day, we need to go back in time to the year 1214, when the concept of the Rosary was given in an apparition of the Virgin Mary to Saint Dominic. During this time period, religious houses used to recite 150 psalms, and so after Saint Dominic received this apparition, lay people began to recite 150 Hail Marys during their daily prayers. In the 14th century, the Rosary was connected to many mysteries in Jesus' life, and in 1483, the Rosary in the form as we know it today was created, with the joyful, glorious, and sorrowful mysteries. In the 20th century, the Fatima prayer was added into the Rosary after the apparition of Mother Mary in Fatima. Later on, in 2002, Pope John Paul II included the Luminous Mystery into the Rosary. After all of these additions, we now have the Rosary in the form that we say today, with the 4 mysteries and all the prayers included. Now that we know about the history of the Rosary, how about the history of the Feast of Our Lady of the Rosary on October the 7th? Well, in 1571, there was a severe battle in the town of Lepanto, with Italy, France, and Spain on one side, defending the Christians that were being killed by the Turks on the other side. The Pope at the time, Pope Pius V, knew he needed more than just military strength to defend Christian Europe, so he asked all the faithful to pray the Rosary, requesting the intercession of the Blessed Mother during this battle. The Pope himself promised to recite the Rosary for 10 consecutive days during this time for the protection of the town. On the 7th day that the Pope was reciting the Rosary, which was October the 7th, the Turks were defeated. The next year, Pope Pius V established a feast on October the 7th in honor of the Blessed Mother. Originally, this was called the Feast of Our Lady of Victory, but after a few centuries, the name was changed to Our Lady of the Rosary Feast, to more clearly recognize that the prayer of the Rosary was the greatest power at work that day. Since then, every year, the month of October has been dedicated to Mother Mary and reciting the Rosary by Catholics all around the world. The Rosary is an invitation for all of us to experience the grace of Mary's spiritual motherhood as she leads us to her Son Jesus. For this reason, it has been an invaluable source of countless spiritual graces for the saints. So remember that every time you say the Rosary, you are given the grace, privilege, and honor to pronounce the name of Jesus more than 50 times during the course of the Rosary. The wealth of spiritual graces offered through the Rosary comes not from the multiplication of prayers, which is seen in Matthew chapter 6, verse 7, but instead from the imitation of Christ through obedience to the Father's will, according to the example of the Blessed Mother. Also, the tradition of saying the Rosary every night with your family empowers your family to grow in love and unity for not only each other, but also for Christ. Pope Benedict XVI has said that the Rosary is a prayer of a Christian who leads a pilgrim life, and on this pilgrimage to heaven, Mother Mary is our leader. So everyone, don't forget that the month of October is dedicated to our Blessed Virgin Mary and to reciting the Rosary, and that on October the 7th, it is the feast day of Our Lady of the Rosary. So everybody, let us dedicate this time in the month of October to meditate on the great mysteries of our salvation by praying each day the beautiful prayer of the Rosary so that we can draw closer to Jesus and to Mary. I am sure that by saying these daily prayers with our families, we will become closer in love for each other, and we will also receive many blessings through the intercession of our Blessed Virgin Mary. Thank you everyone for listening. God bless.